I'm sure you've heard the news. Royal weddings are grand, glamorous, and yes, expensive. These events are the epitome of pageantry, tradition, and spectacle, drawing the eyes of millions around the world. From the moment the engagement is announced, the anticipation builds, and so does the buzz about just how much these celebrations will cost. The world watches as royalty and celebrities mingle, as ancient rituals are performed, and as history is made in real time. But behind the glitz and glamour, there's a side to royal weddings that's rarely discussed in detail: the staggering expenses that make these events possible. But have you ever wondered just how much goes into one of these regal celebrations? It's not just about the dress or the cake. Every detail, from the flowers to the security, is meticulously planned and executed. Teams of experts work for months, sometimes years, to ensure that every moment is flawless. The logistics are mind-boggling. Venues must be secured, guest lists coordinated, and traditions honoured. Behind the scenes, hundreds of staff members are hard at work, transforming historic palaces and castles into fairy tale settings. The royal family themselves are deeply involved, overseeing plans and making decisions that will be scrutinised by the public and press alike. Let's break down the jaw-dropping numbers. When you see headlines about royal wedding costs, it's easy to be shocked. But what do those numbers really mean? The expenses are divided into categories: security, venue, attire, flowers, catering, transportation, and more. Each category comes with its own set of challenges and price tags. Financial experts and royal watchers pore over documents, trying to piece together the true cost. Newspapers publish infographics, and press conferences are held to address public curiosity. The numbers are staggering, but they tell only part of the story. When it comes to royal weddings, the price tag is almost as dazzling as the crown jewels. Imagine walking into a banquet hall adorned with priceless artifacts, gold-plated cutlery, and crystal chandeliers. The regalia on display isn't just for show. It's a symbol of centuries-old tradition and national pride. Every element is chosen to reflect the grandeur of the monarchy, from the velvet-draped thrones to the meticulously polished silverware. The setting alone is enough to take your breath away, and it's all part of the experience that makes royal weddings so unforgettable. Take Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's big day in 2018. Reports estimate the total cost at over £32 million. That's right, £32 million for a single day of celebration. The wedding was held at Windsor Castle, a venue steeped in history and tradition. The streets were lined with well-wishers, and the world watched as the couple exchanged vows. The festivities extended far beyond the castle walls, with street parties, souvenir vendors, and celebrations across the country. The sheer scale of the event was unprecedented, and so was the price tag. That's enough to buy a small castle, or at least a lot of scones. To put it in perspective, £32 million could purchase a historic estate in the English countryside, complete with manicured gardens and a private lake. Or, if you prefer, it could fund thousands of traditional British teas with endless trays of scones, clotted cream and jam. The comparison is almost comical, but it highlights just how extraordinary these expenses are. For most people, such sums are unimaginable, reserved only for the most significant occasions. The biggest chunk? Security, making up more than half the budget. With global attention comes global risk, and ensuring the safety of the royal family, their guests and the public is a monumental task. Hundreds of police officers, security guards and even military personnel are deployed. Roads are closed, barriers erected and surveillance systems put in place. Sniffer dogs patrol the area, and helicopters hover overhead. The goal is to create a safe environment without detracting from the celebration. It's a delicate balance, and it comes at a steep price. flowers, the dress, and that stunning carriage ride added a few million too. The floral arrangements alone are works of art, featuring rare blooms sourced from around the world. The wedding dress, designed by a top couturier, is a masterpiece of craftsmanship, with every stitch and bead carefully placed. And then there's the iconic carriage ride, a tradition that dates back centuries, symbolizing the union of two families and the joy of the nation. Horses are groomed to perfection, and the carriage itself is polished until it gleams. These touches may seem extravagant, but they're essential to the magic of a royal wedding. But here's the twist. The royal family paid for the ceremony, while taxpayers covered security. This arrangement has sparked debate for years. On one hand, the royal family shoulders the cost of the celebration itself, the venue, the food, the attire, and the entertainment. On the other, the government, and by extension the public, covers the cost of keeping everyone safe. Some argue that the security is a necessary expense, given the high-profile nature of the event. Others question whether taxpayers should foot the bill for what is, at its heart, a family celebration. The debate is lively, with strong opinions on both sides. So, was it worth it? That's the question on everyone's mind. For some, the royal wedding is a source of national pride, a chance to celebrate tradition and unity. For others, it's an extravagant display that comes at too high a cost. Newspaper headlines ask tough questions, and social media lights up with passionate arguments. Some people see the wedding as a boost to tourism and the economy, while others focus on the price tag and what else that money could have funded. The conversation is ongoing, and there are no easy answers. That's up to you to decide. Royal weddings are more than just lavish parties. They're moments that bring people together, spark debate, and capture the imagination of millions. Whether you see them as a worthwhile investment or an unnecessary extravagance, there's no denying their impact. They remind us of history, tradition, and the enduring fascination with royalty. So, next time you see headlines about royal wedding expenses, you'll know the real story behind the numbers, and you can decide for yourself what it all means.